So is it actually feasible to get traffic by literally just copying and pasting content, one of these AI content writing tools, without reviewing it or without editing it at all? That's a question that I've had for a while, and I'm sure you've had as well. And so over the past month, I've been running 2 different AI content writing experiments on 2 separate websites with the goal of seeing if it's actually possible to get traffic by literally just copying and pasting AI generated content. Let's dive in. And by the way, guys, if you're wondering what Clicks.so is, this is my new project that I'm building with the goal of having the best affordable and beginner friendly SEO data tool. So I get a lot of messages from you guys asking for Ahrefs and SEMrush alternatives that have solid data but aren't as expensive. And so I decided to build one. If you guys are interested in that, then you can sign up for the waitlist in the pinned comment right under this video. Anyway, back to the video. So for the first experiment, I wanted to test Autoblogging.ai. I have mentioned it in the channel before, and in my opinion, I think it's one of the best one-click AI article blog content generators, and it's actually quite affordable. So take a look at the pricing here. I was using the $49 a month, and it basically gives you 60 credits, which if you use the quick mode, that basically means that you have 60 articles that you can create for literally less than $1. Kind of crazy. So my goal was to publish all of these 60 articles on one of my old test domains that hasn't been used in a while. So here's the domain. It is a Spanish domain, so the content that I was producing was also in Spanish, but it has a domain rating of 11. It's got a bunch of referring domains and some backlinks, some keywords, and a bit of traffic that comes in almost on a consistent basis, which is actually a great thing because this makes it the perfect domain to test the qualities of these writers, since it isn't a brand new domain, right? So we can kind of get rid of that excuse, and it's already ranking for some relevant keywords, so it already has some type of authority inside of Google's eyes. Anyway, let's talk about the process. So I wanted to try and be as hands-free as possible. So basically what I do is I'd find an easy to rank keyword, and here's an example list. Again, these keywords are going to be in Spanish, sorry about that, but we can see that there basically isn't a keyword with a difficulty above of a 3, I believe. Whenever I found a good keyword, what I would do is I would then plug it into ChatGPT and basically ask it to generate a title and a meta description. Here's an example of it doing it right here. Now, once we have that title, I would then plug it into Autoblogging. So I just add in the title here. Here's an example. Choose the language, Spanish, length, long, type of article, informative, whatever it is. And whenever possible, guys, I honestly recommend that you add godlike mode. The quality of that content is a lot higher than just quick mode. Anyway, you can have all these other options. I would just kind of leave it as is, and I would just click generate. And once that was done, I would basically copy, paste that straight into WordPress. The other thing that I did is I would also use Midjourney to generate the featured image and header image for the article. So here's actually a list of some of the most recent articles. All these images are from Midjourney. First time I actually used it, and it's actually quite solid. Very nice images. Anyway, so this is what a full-on godlike article looks like from Autoblogging. So again, that image from Midjourney. There's just a little menu here that I like to add, but check out how long and how in-depth this article is. So as you guys saw, the actual structure of the content is really solid. They add tables, they add lists, they add a bunch of different things that makes this article seem really, really real. Here's another table. Keep scrolling. Here's another key takeaways with actual links of real websites here. We can take this one as an example. Yeah, this is a real website. So kind of crazy. And then we have an FAQ at the bottom. So very solid article. And again, we saw how many of these we published. So let's talk about some of these results now. So if we actually take a look at the performance, guys, we started out around here, June 28th, 92 index pages, and we now have 144. So we ended up publishing around 52 blog posts, and let's talk about that performance. So as we can see, kind of mixed results. The actual impressions are downward trending, which isn't really great. And the clicks also kind of downward trending, not really the best, kind of mixed results here. But if we actually head over to Ahrefs, guys, we click on the organic keywords report and we select position new, we're going to find that there's a few of these AI generated articles that are starting to rank for some keywords. So all the ones that I've highlighted here are basically AI generated articles. So pretty nice here. We have 250 in volume, position 11. So that's pretty cool. We have some more down here. Here's another one that's quite nice, 800 in volume, position 43. So not bad, guys. We're going to see how that develops, and I am going to do a full breakdown of the results once I talk about the second experiment. And so for that second experiment, I wanted to change things up a bit. And so instead of using another AI content writer, I decided to turn my existing videos into blog posts. So the videos that I have where I talk about SEO on my YouTube channel, I'm now turning them into blog posts using an extension called Harpa AI, which I have mentioned in the channel before, I believe. And so the process for this is actually quite simple. All we have to do is basically load up one of my previous videos, make sure that we have captions and a transcript that the extension can access. Once we have that, we type in a slash, and we can either type in in compose or outrank SEO article, all I'm gonna do then is basically tell the extension to find the YouTube transcript. So basically the transcript of this video, I'm gonna click that in, I'm gonna hit enter, I'm gonna hit no here, and off it goes. It is now generating a full-blown article based on the transcript of this video. So I think this is actually kind of neat because it's not creating content from scratch, right? It's not diving deep into the OpenAI database of what it knows about this topic. Instead, it's taking information that I created myself for one of my videos. So pretty cool. Now, what I've been doing with that is I've actually been posting it onto my website, which I've never really used for SEO. And so far, I think we have 8 or 9 blog posts. Now let's talk about some of the results. As we can see, again, a website that literally has no traffic. I've never optimized it for anything, but we have seen a pretty significant spike in impressions, which is kind of neat. I actually think I'm going to keep doing this, see how far I can take this and see if this actually does anything at all. But it is interesting to see how Google is reacting to these full-blown AI generated articles. The main issue is that these pages aren't getting any clicks yet. So all the clicks are going to my homepage. You can see the blogs here are they're starting to get a lot of impressions, but no clicks as of just yet. All right, let's talk about some of these results and some conclusions that I've made after this little micro experiment. So for Autoblogging, and this probably applies to most of these AI mass content generating tools. So even though I published 50 plus articles, only 10 out of the 50 are actually ranking for any keywords. There are more than 40 articles that are completely gone, no impressions, absolutely no keywords. And of the 10 that are ranking, the highest they've gone is to the top of page 2 for very easy keywords with basically no competition. And the main reason for that, in my personal opinion, is the fact that it wasn't reviewed and it wasn't edited. So after the experiment ended, I went through and took a look at some of the articles and I noticed a few things. The first thing is that the AI was seriously hallucinating for quite a few sections of most of the articles. One example is I had an article about tea and the AI was saying that it had a friend that had cured its depression by taking this type of tea. So kind of crazy that it's even writing that stuff. Second thing is it was mixing up a bunch of languages. So I was writing content in Spanish, but I did find a bunch of French and Italian kind of sprinkled throughout the whole article, which definitely threw Google off for sure. So the third thing is it was citing and it was creating fake sources. So it would create something like the Spanish Journal of Dietitians, and then it would cite that as one of the sources. So not really sure what's happening there. And the last thing, and probably most important, is in my opinion, the readability, the quality of the content. Don't get me wrong, for AI, it's incredible and probably the best that we have for now, but the actual content itself, if you read it, it's very generic, it's very repetitive, and it actually has no real depth, which is what users are looking for at the end of the day. And the last thing I'd add is that by only publishing content, we're basically skipping the other half of SEO, which is backlinks. I know there's a lot of people out there that claim that they're publishing thousands of articles and it's going super well, but what they don't mention is the amount of link building that they're doing, which I know for a fact is a lot more than what they claim they're doing. And I do wonder what would have happened if I'd done link building while also publishing all of these pages. I do think we would have gone farther. So please, before you decide on paying for the 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 pack of AI generated blog posts, make sure you have a team of editors that are ready to review and edit all of that content and a link building strategy in place to help you boost all of those results. And I'll see you in the next one.